Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB on the official CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel. Use promo code CGB5. You can have a discount at the store. You'll like it. Discounts are great. There's always new magic cards coming out. You know it. I know it. So whether it's the next Exile set or the Doctor Who Universes Beyond, get yourself a discount or try some other games. What are those? Anyway, today I am playing a Jeskai control list that I've cooked up that I call Heartflame Jeskai, built around Heartflame Duelist. This is an adventure creature for 1 and a white. You get a 3/1. Instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. I like that. That's cool. If I have spells that do a lot of damage to all the creatures, which maybe we're about to see some, then I gain a whole bunch of life. And on the adventure side, 2 and a red give you an instant that does 3 damage to any target. So I thought this was a very useful little card, especially in like Best of One, where sometimes you need the body, sometimes you need the damage, and I wanted to build a deck around it. So this is my Jeskai deck that does the thing. So Heartflame Jeskai. We are heavily teched to beat up mono red. That is the objective. That is what's important. Mono red is such a big part of the meta, and it keeps going higher. That's the weird thing. Like, it's actually gone up significantly since Eldraine came out. It doesn't seem to be stopping, even though it doesn't play that many new cards. The Monstrous Rage is pretty good. Godric's pretty good, but the number keeps increasing, especially the closer you get to Mythic. So having ways to gain a bunch of life in your control deck is a must, and we've got 4 play with fire, because sometimes you need a target to gain that life with when stuff is pointing at your face. Kill their early creatures as well. Fire's of Victory is a great card if you have a nice full hand to have lifelink on. You gain all that life from hitting creature or planeswalker. Also draws a card. Of course, I love it. And then I wasn't sure exactly how we wanted to end the game, so I have a variety. There are some cards that have synergy with our Heartflame, which is Lier, which lets you cast the Heartflame on the adventure side from the graveyard, then put the creature into the command zone. No, that's not it. Adventure zone, and you get to keep going. So that's really fun. I also have a Narset Enlightened Exile that I've actually been really happy with as one of in the deck. And we talked about some of those ways to deal a ton of damage to everything. Temporal Firestorm, Brotherhood's End can gain you a lot of life by dealing damage to the entire board. But don't worry too much about every single card and what it does. Everything, for the most part, kills something the opponent does and stops them from killing you. So let's dive in and let the Heartflame Duelist nonsense begin. CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of me, CGB, and you can get my unique Dragon Rider token and 5% off your entire order by using the code CGB5 at checkout. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this sweet dragon token. If you need singles for constructed or kitchen table play, and you want to pick up sealed product or the latest magic accessories, remember to use the code CGB5 at checkout for 5% off and get my Dragon Rider token. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock. On the play, red mana issues could arise, but we'll give it a shot. Our hand is good against aggro. Will our opponent have creatures? Epicure? Yeah, so far so good. Let's save the Heartflame's adventure mode for value. Ow. Will this be Anvil? This might be Anvil. Let's get Vran off the battlefield. Forge. Okay. I'm looking at my Brotherhood's End saying when I get red mana, in fact, let's do this now. Okay. We get to hit a red land drop this turn and then maybe next turn. And we have a play with fire, so that's good. I think I go after the Epicure, though, if they don't add to this board, because the Brotherhood's End will blow up the artifacts. Braids, good card. Another play with fire doesn't do it, but we have this trick. We can go Heartflame Duelist. And we can go, well, we can try going to end step. Opponent might not have removal for this. If they remove it in response, it's kind of disappointing. At the same time, though, I don't want to miss my land drop, and I don't want to miss one life. Okay, fine. If they remove the Heartflame Duelist, I miss out on some life gain. It's not the end of the world. There you go. Double red, though. Double red is still a problem. The Vanity takes out the Duelist. Poisoner for a food. Hit me for 3. Play with fire can hit the Poisoner. There's a red. Destroy all artifacts. Okay, they kept their cards. They didn't use the blood token. They definitely knew they could, so their hand is good. And it's Flesh Gorger. Okay. Ow. A little life gain will go a long way in this matchup, I'm discovering. Destroy evil can blow up an enchantment. We need to study. A little card draw can go a long way. Narset. Pain-free red source online. 9 life, but no board. Ugh, braids. God. Curse you, braids. 7. And they're drawing cards. This can cast the Heartflame Duelist. Get it back in Adventure Zone. I think that's really good. We don't have to do it now because this isn't the nerfed version. And this is legendary. Let's say go. We know what we plan to do, but the opponent might not be sure. We might not know about the adventure interaction. Poisoner. Poisoner. Plenty of food there. Any combats? Okay. Before they go to end step, though, we gotta kill that Braids. I'm holding out because Braids is legendary. We might not have another. All right, Heartflame's back in the adventure zone. Do we get to untap? We get to untap with Lier. Oh, that's good. Duelist. That's good. That's really good too. All right, Duelist is on the battlefield. If the opponent tries to remove it, I will respond by casting some of these spells and gaining life. Another Vanity, huh? Wait, if it goes to the graveyard, I can do this again. Nice. All right, in response. A lifelink play with fire. A lifelink play with fire. Now we're at 13 and I feel significantly better, but yeah, we'll just cast this again. We need a red mana to do it. You gotta get rid of the Lier or none of this is gonna work. Have they gained life this turn? 0. Not the way you want that card to work. Also, not the situation you want to walk into. Oh, that's brutal. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Not quite lethal. This does put on a ton of pressure, though. They're definitely dead next turn if they don't do something about the board. I was debating holding the Narset back just because a board wipe here is pretty nasty. But we wouldn't be completely empty-handed. Read an O2, tap any number for damage. Okay. I don't think that's going to save them. They have 4 here, so they can try to kill the Lier. Yep. We can try. We will cast the Play with Fire. The Prowess trigger will save the Lier. And that is the victory. On the draw, we'll see if our opponent is mono red. They might force us to play this Duelist on turn 2 if we have nothing good to do. Oh, okay. A Plains, and we draw the Play with Fire. I mean, that's why it's in the deck. It's so crucial to actually have a removal spell for Thalia on the draw. Like, the game's just over if you don't. That's what best of 1 is. I think we just kill this. Rather than let it transform or draw 2 cards, I think we just kill it. Next turn we have Duelist into Fires. Or Duelist into Play with Fire. This is our only white source, by the way, is this Murex. So this could cost us, but we'll see. I'm just going to do it now. I don't know what instant speed removal they'd have, but play around it. Expected they might have another Brutal Cathar since they played the other one so freely. Nice draw. Do this before they untap. Before day becomes night, probably more relevant. Ossification the Duelist, you got it. A counterspell. I guess we'll pass. It's tempting to try to draw into the land. I mean, I don't know what they could play here. The Convoke Knight that I might make disappear. I don't know. Well, they're passing. No lands to be found in the deck. And here comes a Vanguard. And there's the... Hey, it happened. Nice. And now the white source. It's on. All right, here's Narset. Narset should take over the game pretty fast. All right, they have 2 blockers. Not that that's a big deal. they won't even let me have any value. Poor things. Not having all of their creatures be dead. No white mana? No problem. We'll get it. I haven't had smooth mana yet with this deck, and I think I'm like 2-2 or something. It's fine. Can't play 3 colors without a little bit of a tough stomach for mana problems. So what's this opponent? I like it. It's not a monocolored aggro deck. Oh, it's enchantments. The other meta deck. All right, we've played enchantments before. We'll play them again. Deck has to see what it can do against them, and since we're not relying on racing or combat, this deck is usually better against enchantments than something like a mid-range deck. Can we play Geist? Really? Well, it dies to every removal spell in my deck, so we'll see if this turns out to be a mistake, but I'm letting it resolve so I can cast Quick Study. Raffine's Guidance. Okay. Brotherhood's End. Sundown Pass for white mana. Let's just go for the Narset. I might take a big hit from the Twin Blade, but I'm gonna see if they can deal with this. They don't always have a lot of removal, although they seem to draw it more than you'd think they should. But their removal's typically enchantment based, like Ossification. Destroy Evil can get Narset right back and curves perfectly into the Brotherhood's End. They have chosen a course of action. And it's Hallowed Haunting. And no attack. Even with Vigilance, no attack. They don't want to trade. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's play with fire. Could have gotten the Quick Study if we had done things differently, but I think this is fine. Don't really want the Quick Study. I love getting to clear their board. The Visitor. We have a visitor. And the Visitor. Okay. Okay. Well, Brotherhood's End looks amazing. Danitha is a pretty cool card if they actually get to bring stuff out of the graveyard, but I don't think that's how it's gonna go today. That's so brutal. Gonna cast the Quick Study again. Gas up the deck, counter their next big play, remove something with fires. Easy. Well, once again, gotta have a stomach for mana issues. I think we'll keep it and see if we need this play with fire on an early creature. Or if Make Disappear and Destroy Evil and Mirex will stall the game. Honestly, we're gonna see here if Mirex really earns its spot in the deck. Like, if there's no control in the meta, there's no point. I think I save this for one more turn. Reason being Thalia. If there's a Thalia, we gotta kill it. But our hand is not looking good. If our opponent plays an Adeline, though, we've got the Destroy Evil. Hey. Hey, all right. Wait until combat on their turn because Adeline's legendary. I haven't seen a deck like this play combat tricks like Lauren's Escape in a long time. Although it would be a good time to get me with one. So many initiates. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I have to let that happen. We have to draw Sweeper. That is not a Sweeper. But if we play the red source, maybe next turn we'll be able to cast it. I mean, it's almost lethal. I can't let them pump it, and then we have to top a Sweeper. Yep, Mirix is coming out. I might lose a control mirror someday, but I just have to accept that. What could I draw? Well, I guess we'll try, but I don't think we'll draw anything useful. Yeah, Firestorm was coming up, but not close enough to the top. I'm nervous because nobody gets this high in best of one without playing some monocolored deck and hitting a hot streak, or just getting to Mythic super early, which could be what they did. So if they have a Thalia, we're in trouble, but otherwise we're okay. And of course they're mono white, and of course they have Thalia. Nope, it's a spellbook vendor. We have a chance. Heartflame Duelist is a good draw too. So, at the beginning of combat, you may pay 1. When you do, put a sorcerer roll on target creature you control. I think we should just kill it. And not even let them untap with it. Not even giving them the opportunity to mess around. But let's see what happens. There's the Adeline. Okay. I wish I'd made disappear that, but life goes on. Now we have to kill that. Also cannot mess around. Will we ever get to make disappear something against the white deck on the draw? Probably not. They're probably just a mull to 5. But hopefully the Firestorm can make even a card that a deck that semi-mulled to 5 do well. Alright, alright. Cool. This is not a bad spot. What do they have? Virtue of Loyalty. I think we should just counter it. Specialist. Can't counter it. They drew the land. But the Firestorm's looking good. Too bad I didn't just cast the Duelist and then untap Firestorm. Could have gained so much life. Would have been epic. But this way, at least we have Duelist around for next time. And to take out the Foundry. They're well off the top. I had to read that one. Never seen such a card. Recruitment officer gets value. Top decking 2 cards in 1 there. Getting specialist, which is 2 cards in 1. Can't make disappear it either. We'll have to farewell. We have to farewell anyway. We're at 9. I think we do this. Let them build this board. If they were super, like, intuitive on this attack, they might have just spun the recruitment officer for value again. Oh, God, that's scary. Oh, no. Oh, if we had a... Oh, God. We didn't have that make disappear, or if they had played it in the other order, we'd have been really screwed here. How does the white deck always manage to give me such heart attacks? Coast. Slash. And cast it. Gotta do it before the Skrelv is off summoning sick, especially since I have to hit it anyway. They gonna crash into this? I'll block. What you doing? You got a trick? You ain't got a trick. You got no tricks. There we go. Memory Deluge time. Steady fires. More cards, please. Deluge again. Get all the cards. Full control mode activated. Scoop them up. There you go. Beating monocolor aggro decks. Feels nice.
Command Fest Orlando is coming October 20th to 22nd. So get ready for a weekend full of Magic the Gathering in one of the country's premier vacation destinations. Get your tickets now at CommandFestOrlando.com.